Buck. Over here. Buck over here. Straight down that opening. Hey folks, this week we're taking you on some early season scouting and archery hunting action in southeastern Pennsylvania. David and I take on a piece of property that we're going to do our homework, scouting it on the computer, marking some pins on Onyx, getting down boots on the ground, and then getting up in the stands and seeing if we can't punch an early season doe or buck tag down in PA. Then from there we're going to do a little bit of food plot prep with killer food plots, and then you might even get a chance to see me sling an arrow. So let's get right to the action. Coyotes, it's September 1st, and you know what that means. It's real close to deer season. We're still trying to kill coyotes, but we're also doing a little scouting this morning. We're down on some public property in Pennsylvania in one of the management units that come in 2 weeks before the rest of the season. And David and I have scouted this before. We had a camera down here, and we saw some pretty nice buck.
Real nice buck.
Real nice buck. And over here to our right is where we had seen 2 buck when we first saw this side of the property. We had been checking the other side of the state land down here for a couple years prior, and I never came over to this side. And we came over here, and there's a lot more deer sign, and actually a lot more predator sign over here too. And we saw these 2 buck. Well, it's so thick along the edges here that we didn't think about getting down in there. Well, when we checked on Onyx maps a little bit more, there's actually a road that drives along the bottom, and there's a parking spot down there, and there's an access trail. It's about a 330-yard walk. That's the nice thing with Onyx. You can map that walk and see how far it is. Problem is, with all the rain that we've had here the last month and a half,
roads are closed.
That road is closed because the bridges are washed out. We can't get to that parking spot. So we're actually above. There's a clearing down in there. We're actually above that clearing that we wanted to check. So we're going to see if we can't get down into that. Right to our right, if you look at it right there on Onyx, that arrow's where we're at. That's the field we want to get to. And it's probably only maybe 60 yards from us right now. But, oh, they got all sorghum here. That wasn't there last time we were here. Oh, there's a deer down there. It's a big doe. That's what we're here looking at. She's going right down in. She's going right down into that field, that clearing that we want to get to. That's the thing. The cool thing when you might live a little bit away from areas that you want to hunt, especially when you're hunting public land. Take advantage of tools like Onyx Hunt with the mapping system that they have. I mean, you can put it on your phone just like we have here. David and I both have it on our phones. I know Jimmy does as well. And you can pull it up on your computer, and we can scout right from our offices at home. And that's what we've done here. You can see we've gridded off some areas that we want to take a look at, and there's a deer going right into the area that we want to scout and check it out to hunt. So, you know, you still got to put the boots on the ground, but you can really narrow down
your focus areas before you even get here, so you don't have to spend so much time maybe on an unfamiliar area.
So we get down to this piece of state property, and right off the bat, we're finding good sign, and we see a big old doe going right into the area that we had marked on Onyx when we were back home looking on the computer. We check one more spot where we saw a couple of deer going up a hill. We mark some pins, we've got a plan in place, and we back out of there from our scouting.
All right, well, we worked our way along this ridge, and another thing that you always want to watch, we saw those two buck, and we knew they had to come here because it's not the biggest of areas, and we knew they had to come through here somewhere. We just couldn't figure out where they came through until now. I'm going to show you what. Look at all the dirt tore up right here. Okay, that rub right there was made this morning. You can see this ground is all tore up from this buck in here. Just ripped.
Welcome to Zanolini's Garage. In need of summertime yard tools? Check out our full line of Red Max products and Toro push mowers. You prefer sitting on those big lawn jobs? We have a large line of Skag zero-turn mowers to choose from. And don't let the winter keep you down. We carry Toro snow blowers to clear your way. You're cold? No worry with a Western snowplow on the front of your truck. Stop in and see us at Zanolini's Garage.
When it's too cold for camping, we go camping. When it's too hot to work, we work. Too wet to keep going? Nah. This is the Gator XUV 835 with game-changing heat and air and 3 wide seating. It's never too anything for anything. Nothing runs like a deer.
Check out the Gator SUVs and all the John Deeres at Lindsay Equipment on Hazelton Street in Ashley, and always on the web at lindsay-equipmentus.com.
This segment brought to you by Scent Blocker, Show the Shield, by Dusty W. German Short-Haired Pointers, breeding good, well-rounded quality dogs, and by Easy Cut Products, tools made for cutting.
Rip this little sapling to shreds. I mean, he's got limbs thrown over there. You know?
That tree's broke off up there too.
Yep. Yeah. There's a sapling he broke off up there, but he's got this one just tore up, and the dirt, the ground, the whole area is just all tore up right around in here where he was. He was not happy with this tree. So this is definitely a spot that we're going to get in here with and get a tree stand hung and sit, because I think we can definitely kill a deer here.
Like I said, we found some good sign. We saw exactly where those buck went through. We marked some more pins on Onyx, and we've got a plan. Now it's time to get back in there, get up in the trees, and see if we can't get this to come together.
All right, well, we're just taking a minute. We're up in the woods on the hill. We got a little bit to go. If you take a look, that blue dot was us. And then there's that red dot that I have marked where there was a buck rub. That's what we found last time we were here scouting. We're gonna head up this way. It's a little after 7. We saw those two buck when we were driving around last time scouting around 8 o'clock, so these deer could sneak through here anytime. It's safe. It's a lot of thick cover for them.
Well, we've made it in. We didn't spook any deer. We're in a good spot. We feel confident that we're going to be able to catch some deer sneaking through and maybe even get a shot at them.
Buck, 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 buck. Buck over here. Straight down that opening. He's going up to the right. He's going up to the right. That's a pretty good buck.
That was fun. I just happened to hear something. Right out to our right here. And I looked over and I caught a little tree whipping around. And when I looked through the vortex optics, I saw a rack. And it was a good deer. It was definitely. I see him, yeah. I might have shot that buck if it came through here and gave me a chance. Well, if we don't kill one, at least this was a successful hunt. We did our homework. We're not exactly where we wanted to be sitting this morning, but we really wanted to be over where those buck were. And if we probably would have been there, I guarantee you, David, those deer came up that same trail that we saw them, where they made that rub. And we're just a little bit over from that. I think we're gonna start packing up and slowly climb down. A fun morning. Definitely a good spot. I think we need to definitely be over that way more like we thought. But we definitely had a successful morning. We saw 2 nice buck. One of them might have been a shooter.
Is pain cramping your outdoor lifestyle? At the Jesus Family Chiropractic, you can take back your life. With a combined 50 years of experience providing exceptional chiropractic care using the latest advanced technology and techniques, we're the only office in Northeast PA certified to provide Platinum 4 K-laser therapy, the most advanced therapeutic laser available to help with many conditions. Together with chiropractic and K-laser therapy, we can help you without the use of any dangerous drugs or surgery. So why not get back in the game? Call the Jesus Family Chiropractic today for a free consultation. Electric Frog Designs is your one-stop shop for screen printing, embroidery, signage, and promotional products. Our state-of-the-art shop has all the equipment needed to make your business shine and your event a success. Project consultations are always free, and rush turnaround is available for many items. Whether it's our full line of plaques, awards, and medals, lettering a vehicle for your business, or outfitting teams with uniforms, Electric Frog Designs will work closely with you to create a design that will allow you to stand out in the crowd. Call us at 570-788-2333 today. This segment brought to you by Altera Alpaca Performance Socks, proudly made in the USA. By Insights Hunting, show your antler with quality products built right. And by Raptor Razor Knives, cut your field dressing time in half. Well, we had a fun sit and what we would consider a successful hunt. I almost got to punch a tag on a nice 8-point buck, which is one of the 2 buck that we saw. Now, before we head back out, we're going to take a little break. We're going to share with you the experiences and the work that we've had to put in working with killer food plots to plot for deer. So let's get right to that. Our food plots got destroyed with all the rain. Yeah, well, all but one. And so that being said, we've got to replant them all. We had just some bad storms and, you know, Mother Nature, nothing you can do about it. All right, whew, I'm beat. I made it. A lot of weeds coming up, and the weeds are overpowering the food plot. So, I mean, some of the food plot's coming back, but it's just not coming back enough to be able to take out any weed growth. So what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna spray this and kill it off, and we're gonna replant the whole thing with some type of fall blend. I mean, there are deer track in here. I'm sure they're eating it a little bit, but it's just not conducive to what we want from a killer food plot. And you know, when everything washes out, I mean, if you see up here, look at this. I mean, there's nothing. This was all coming up nice and green. A little bit of weeds and growth coming up there, but we're just gonna spray this off pretty heavy. I'll hit the spots that are coming up over here. We're gonna lime it again, fertilize it again. We'll drag it with a drag that we have to tear the soil up a little bit. And then we're gonna seed it. Probably put some oats and Deep Woods blend down. And keep our fingers crossed that that comes up. So anytime you're planting for deer or wildlife, Mother Nature is going to dictate what happens. And she, with all the rain, destroyed the plot for us the first time. So we had to spray lime and fertilize it all again. Now we're ready to put more seed down and give it another go. All right, folks, well, killer food plot round 2 for us. So we just got done getting this food plot everything. We had to come up here, we brought a drag, we drug it just to kind of create a little bit of a seed bed. We had to re-lime it, re-fertilize it, and then reseed it. And what we did, David, is we put down a blend of a lot of different seed.
Yeah, we used the brassicas, we used the climatized, and we also used the deep woods, and last we put down was the killer fruit plots, the oats.
Yep, the lethal oats.
Lethal oats.
So hopefully with that blend that we put down in here, I know our New York plot, the climatized, which is a lot of radishes and things like that, that really came up. I mean, that's about this tall up there, and that's really doing well. So we put some of that in. The Carnage brassicas, I mean, we've always done well with brassicas back here. So we threw down the Carnage brassicas. That's a great fall blend because that's going to put some beets into the ground, and these deer are going to be looking for that into the late season. Our only concern is that the turkeys are going to get to the oats, and hopefully they don't get them all. But there's plenty of other seed here, and hopefully it starts germinating pretty quick. We've got a little bit of rain coming this week. The soil is already moist still, but it's a beautiful soil. So hopefully the little bit of rain that comes tonight and then the middle of the week, it'll push this lime, the fertilizer down in here, get this seed germinating really quick for us. And you know, hopefully in a week's time we have some growth. But we're gonna go check the camera down here, and then we're gonna get out of here. Our work here is done. It was a lot easier this time around for us. So, but fingers crossed, hopefully it takes this time.
At Nightstar Munitions, we are family owned and operated. Open Monday through Saturday, selling new and used firearms in all your ammo needs. We are your superior safe dealer and specialize in AR rifles, Glock handguns, shotgun and rifle reloading supplies, and more. Stop by and see us at Nightstar Munitions.
Vesuvio's Pizzeria and Restaurant, serving the Hazleton area since 1975. Come in and try our wide variety of handmade specialty pizzas, or change it up with our fresh breadsticks, stromboli, pepperoni, and sausage rolls. Try one of our wraps or a local favorite baked Italian while relaxing in our casual seating area for a quick lunch. Can't make it in? We offer home and local industrial park delivery. Or enjoy our back dining room and a homemade Italian meal. Vesuvio's Pizzeria, where customers send their friends. This segment brought to you by Evans Roadhouse, Pennsylvania's destination for gourmet cuisine. By Buck Cage, cage your next buck. And by Killer Food Plots, you reap what you sow. Well, we finished that second seeding, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that it's going to grow. Now, we're heading back out. I'm by myself doing a solo hunt. I'm going to go down to those state game land. I'm heading to that sorghum field that we scouted where we saw that big doe. I'm going to do a hanging set, get up in there, and see if I can't punch a tag.
And I could probably sneak a shot right out here, you know, 10, 15 yards. And oh, there's a deer right there. I got a button buck right out in front of me here. And he's at 23, 24 yards right now. The deer gets out in that sorghum. I could probably shoot through that hole there. Or I could shoot him
Well, I'm only settled in my stand maybe 15-20 minutes, and I'm already having a button buck coming out into that sorghum and eating and just spending a little time. So that's getting my hopes up that it might be a pretty good movement for deer this evening.
Yeah, the most shooting I'm gonna have is about 20 yards, and that's pushing it.
That same button buck comes out and feeds in the same place, but that wind's got him a little bit on edge. Despite the warm temperatures, I'm feeling pretty confident that it's going to be a good evening.
That's pretty cool though. That's twice now he's come out. I'm hoping something else comes out. It's 40 yards. That was pretty cool. I thought we might get a shot, but again, 2 more buck, and they were real small, and both of them were still in velvet. They come out a little bit lower, it seemed, than that buck.
I'll tell you what, I was expecting a slow evening, but it's been a great sit so far, and we're into that final 30 minutes.
Just heard something right here. Man, I can't see it. Shoot. Right here. Big deer right here. Big doe. That was a big doe. I was just about ready to get packed up. I think I hit a limb. I think I shot right underneath it. Shoot. I'm gonna get down and check though. Son of a gun. Caught me off guard. I rushed and shot, I bet you. Shoot. All right. I gotta go check. This is where I should have light a knock. All right, well, I made it back to the truck. I'm sweating pretty good right now. It's really warm out. It's 73 degrees. It actually got warmer since I've been down here, so I just pulled everything. Lost that arrow. It's somewhere into the sorghum or God knows where. But I'll review the footage when I go home to make sure, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, there's no sign, there's no blood, there's nothing. The deer didn't act like it was hit. I didn't hear it hit the deer. I looked for a little bit there. I couldn't find anything. I went down into the woods where I saw the deer go, where it was tore up. There's nothing, and it's so thick in there, so I'm pretty sure it's a miss. Looks like, my guess is I shot low and I don't know where the arrow went, but I can't find it, so I'm gonna be sure to be getting some lighted knocks again before I head to Maryland, so this doesn't happen again, because I would have liked to have at least retrieved that arrow, and I cannot find it.
Well, I was pretty upset that I missed that deer. I went home, I reviewed the footage, and it was a clean miss. It stinks, but that's part of hunting. It comes with the territory. Now next week, we're heading down to Maryland. I'm looking for a little bit of redemption. Dave and Jim and I are going into the swamps, battling the mosquitoes, and hoping to pull out some whitetail or Sika deer. We'll see you next week.